Namaste, dear students. As usual, today also, first of all, I want to welcome you to our English class of grade 9. I hope you are ready with your necessary materials. What are they? Yes, they are your English textbook, notebook, and pen or pencil. Are you ready? Good. So can you guess which unit are we going to start today? Yes, we are going to begin unit 6. So let me show you some pictures, okay? In unit 6, our theme is custom and culture, okay? So do you know about custom and culture? What do they mean? Yes, custom means tradition, and culture. So culture is a broad term, okay? From birth to our death, we do various activities, and those activities are based on our culture. Is it clear? So today we are going to learn something interesting and scaring thing, So for this one, you have to be very attentive. You have to listen to me very carefully. Let's discuss the pictures given here. So you can see the first picture here, see? What do you see in the first picture? Yes, the man is walking, and he has pierced his tongue, So there is a needle, big needle, and the tongue is pierced here. It is a kind of our culture, and you can find this type of culture in Bhaktapur at Bode. Is it clear? Similarly, you can see the second picture here. See, the monks are reading. The lamas are reading the religious books, And similarly, in the third picture, what do you see there? Yes, that is a bull and bull fighting. Where is it very popular? Can you tell me? Yes, in Spain. And can you tell me the name of place that it is very popular in our country? All right, it is in Nuwakot at Taruka. Okay, Taruka is also very famous in Nepal for bullfight. And similarly, you can see the fourth picture. Do you know? It is the tea ceremony in Japan. So these all things come under our custom and culture. So after discussing about this picture, can you tell me what are we learn today? So again, I just want to ask you two questions and you can make your guess. Are you ready? Good. So the first question for you is, describe death rituals in your culture. So what does it mean? If someone dies in your community, okay, what is done to the dead body? Is it burnt or is it buried? Or what else? Can you tell me? All right, you can write down in your notebook in your free time, okay? Now, another question I have for you is, why do you think it is important? Why is it important, to do death rituals? To believe that our soul will rest in heaven, eternally, okay? So, to give peace to our soul, it is very important. You are right. After this one, we are going to begin our today's text. And can you tell me the title of our today's text? You just try to tell me, please. All right, it is Sky Burials. What is it? Sky Burials. Now, what do you think about sky burials? Or what does sky burials mean? Can you tell me? You can see the picture. With the help of this picture, you can tell me about sky burials. What do you see in the picture? Yes, you can see two people, okay, three persons here, and then you can see the vultures there. And you can see here skeleton, maybe the skeleton of dead body of a human being. So can you guess what sky burials mean? Don't worry, after learning this text, you will understand what sky burials. Okay, so let's begin. Now in the first paragraph, it is an experience of a visitor, So you can read this first paragraph with me, okay? And then I want to ask you a few questions based on the first paragraph. Let's begin. Sky burials are traditional custom in Tibetan Buddhism to say farewell to their dead. These days, outsiders are mostly forbidden from witnessing them. So it means you have to understand this tradition belongs to, can you tell me the name of place? Yes, Tibet. Tibetan people follow this ritual, okay, sky burials, and especially they follow Buddhism. And sky burials means it is a kind of farewell. So do you know the meaning of farewell here? All right, farewell means to say bye. It means that if someone dies, then we have to either bury or we have to burn, or there can be other things, you know, for the peace of that dead body. Okay, so these days now, previously people went there to see the sky burials, but these days you have to understand mostly forbidden, means outsiders, visitors are not allowed to go to that place to see the sky burials. Do you know? I have already told you that it is scaring also, you know, fearful to see. That's why outsiders are not allowed to go to see these days. Okay, is it clear about the first paragraph? Very good. Now let's talk about the second paragraph. I had heard of Tibetan sky burials with a mixture of horror and fascination. To put it bluntly, a dead body is chopped up into pieces and fed to waiting vultures. See, so now from this paragraph you have to understand what sky burials means, you know. So what does it mean? Yes, it is a death ritual done in Tibetans, okay, culture, and at that time it is, see, first of all dead body is cut up, okay, chopped up into pieces, and finally those pieces are given to the vultures. Vultures means, you know, a kind of birds you can see, and which eat dead bodies. Okay, so it's very interesting and scary. See, dead body is chopped into pieces and then finally given to the vultures, and the vultures eat up all the pieces. Is it clear, all of you? Dear students, now here you have to make a guess of these meanings. The words are highlighted here. Forbidden, okay, you have to practice pronunciation too. Forbidden, F-O-R-B-I-D-D-E-N. Another word we have is fascination, F-A-S-C-I-N-A-T-I-O-N, fascination, okay. And another word we have here is bluntly, B-L-U-N-T-L-Y, bluntly. Now, have you made a guess of these words' meanings? Now you can check. Dear students, you can note down these meanings in your exercise book. Look at, forbidden means not allowed, banned. If you want to go to see these sky burials there, you are forbidden. Mostly, visitors are mostly forbidden. We are not allowed to go and to see, you know. Another we have fascination. So you can write it down again in your exercise book. Fascination means the power to attract someone, you know, to attract. So we like to see this type of ritual, you know. It's very interesting, it's very unique, and it's scaring. So many people from different parts of the world go there to see this. That's why these days visitors are mostly forbidden to see this, okay. So fascination, that attracts, you know. Now bluntly, bluntly means in an uncompromisingly forthright way, okay. So it is a straightforward way, but that cannot be compromised, you know. So dead body is chopped into pieces. So is it clear, all of you? Very good. If so, let's continue. Now you also read with me, okay. This is a reading task. You have to read and get the information. Is it clear, all of you? Very good. So we arrived at a very isolated and traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery near Tagung in northeastern Sichuan. I thought, let's just look at the site where it happens. We had been told that foreigners were not allowed to experience the secret ritual anyway. So here the visitor also went there, and it was an isolated place, you know. Isolated means alone, you know. It was not crowded, okay. So, and it was a kind of tradition of Tibetans, you know. Tibetans Buddhist, okay, and there is also a monastery. Do you know the meaning of monastery? Yeah, it's a place where Buddhists go to perform different activities, you know. And the name of the place is Togong in northeastern Sichuan. Then the visitor, the writer said that let's just look at the site, you know, the place where the dead bodies are chopped and then fed to the vultures, okay. We had been told that foreigners were not allowed to experience the secret ritual anyway, and the Tibetans want to keep it secret, okay. That's why the visitors are not allowed to go and to experience about that sky burials. Is it all clear? Okay, very good. Now, dear students, again we have two unfamiliar words here. One is site, site. You try to find out the meaning in this context, okay. I thought let's just look at the site where it happens, you know, and then ritual. So have you written down the meanings of these two words? Okay, now you can check with me. If wrong, you can correct. Site means an area of ground on which a town, building or monument is constructed, or you can say plot. It's a particular area, and in this case there is a particular area where the dead body is chopped up, okay. Now next one is, what's the word? You all spell it out, please. Yes, ritual, ritual, and it means a religious or solemn ceremony consisting of a series of actions performed according to a prescribed order. So when we are born, when we die, you know, we have to follow some methods by our priest, you know, and this sort of activities are called rituals, okay. Don't forget. Dear students, now another paragraph we have again. So you can see, please read with me. Our driver directed us up to the top of the mountain where the burials take place. It was surrounded by a sea of Tibetan prayer flags, and you could just make out a kind of stone slab. Now here you have to understand, the visitor were taken by the driver. Where did they reach? Yes, you are right. There is the top of the mountain. And what happens there on the top of the mountain? Good job. The burials take place, okay. The burials take place there. And what type of place is that one? Can you tell me? Yes, the place is surrounded, you know, by the Tibetan prayer flags. Have you seen the flags of the Buddhist people? They have different colors of flags, you know, and whatever activity they want to perform religiously, then they need this flag. And on this site also, the visitor, the writer, you know, finds the flags and the area is surrounded. And at the same time, what is there? Can you tell me? All right, you are correct. There is a stone slab. Even in the picture, you can see, okay, a big stone slab. Now, after this, we have another paragraph again. So we hiked up there. What do you mean by hiked up? Then the writers with his family members and the drivers, they walked up. Hiked up means walked up to the top of the mountain, you know. Why are they going there? Can you tell me? Yes, to see the sky burials. Upon arriving, we could hear Tibetan nuns chanting. So what do you mean by nuns? Nuns means female Buddhist monk, or you can say female Buddhist lama, okay. Now how lovely, I thought, and there was the chanting of Tibetan music, or you can say songs, or you can say the nuns were reading that one, okay. And the writer found that it was very beautiful, it was very lovely, you know. So are these paragraphs clear for you, the ideas? Very good. Now here we have again new unfamiliar term for you, stone slab. So what does it mean? I have shown you here also in the picture. So have you written down its meaning? All right, you can see with me. Stone slab means a big stone, flat and of little thickness, that are generally used for paving floors, for covering walls, or as headstones, okay. You can see here. Have you got the idea? Good job. Now again, we have some more paragraphs. Again, you read with me, please. Then I turned and saw about 100 vultures sitting on the hill, waiting, and then what looked like a body bag on the stone slab. Dear students, how many vultures were sitting there? How many? Tell me loudly, please. Yes, 100 vultures were sitting. And can you guess why the vultures were sitting there? Well done. When the dead body was chopped, then they would eat up. Okay? So waiting, and then what looked like a body bag. Now body bag means it's a kind of maybe coffin or any type of packing, from where the dead body was taken out and kept on the stone slab. And then what happened? You can read this paragraph. I actually couldn't believe it. The writer could not believe this one. See, it's very unique, new, strange type of death ritual, sky burials. Okay? Have you stumbled into the start of a sky burial? Through a translation app, I asked one of the Tibetans next to me what was happening. Then the writer could not speak there. The visitor could not speak their Tibetan language. Then he used the translation app. These days you can find Google Translation. Many more apps are there. Okay, so you can immediately click and you can understand in another language. Sometimes our voice is also translated. You can find this facility. All right, and here the visitor also used the same translation app, and he asked the question, what's going on there, because it was very difficult to believe. Dead body, and vultures were sitting there to eat up. Oh my God. So dear students, again we have two unfamiliar words here highlighted: stumbled, translation app. So can you tell me the meanings of these words in this context? All right, now you can check and note down. Stumble means trip or momentarily lose one's balance, almost fall. Okay. Another we have a language translator app for text, voice, conversations, and camera photos. I have already told you. Now, place-sitting birds. When the visitor asked using the translation app, at that time the Tibetans replied, answered, flesh-eating birds. See, 100 vultures were sitting there, and the visitor asked, why were the 100 vultures sitting there? And at that time Tibetans said that to eat the dead body. Flesh means meat, dead body, piece of the dead body. Oh my God, can you imagine it? See, this is the ritual in Tibetan culture. Oh, can we stay? I asked. Then the visitor again asked, then can we look at this? Can we stay here and see this? The visitor asked to the Tibetan, and Tibetan permitted them. Yes, you can stay here, but on the side and no photos. He replied. The Tibetan said that, of course you can stay here, you can see, but you are not allowed to click the photographs. Okay? And then the writer again says that, this is amazing, I thought, but then I saw my kids, my wife, and I had to make quick decision. See, there were other people. The visitor went with his family members. There was his wife, and there were his other children, 3 children there, So he had to make a decision, and he was in confusion whether he had to show that type of scene to his small children or not. So he had to make a quick decision. Dear students, read this paragraph now. We gave our 6-year-old son the iPad to play computer games. See, their one son, how old was their son? Yes, he was 6 years old, okay? And they gave iPad, means it is a kind of mobile type of thing on which we can play computer games. Then he was thrilled. Then the boy became very much happy because he got the iPad and the parents gave it to him. Can you tell me the reason? Why did the parents give this iPad to the son? Yes, you are right, because he was very young and he could not see that type of scene, cutting up the dead body into pieces and giving to the vultures for the small boy, So just to divert from this scene, they gave iPad to their youngest son. And the son was also very happy. These days, dear students, whenever you get mobile or tablet or anything else gadget, then you become very happy, you know, because you like to use it. So the boy was also very happy. Now, can you tell me the meaning of the word thrilled? T-H-R-I-L-L-E-D, thrilled. What does it mean? All right, now you can check with me again. Yes, thrilled means caused someone to have a sudden feeling of excitement or pleasure. The boy became very much happy receiving that iPad, you know. Now again, as for my 11-year-old son, there was again another son who was, how old was he? Yes, one was 6-year-old and another was 11-year-old, okay? And my 13-year-old daughter, see again, they had one more daughter who was, yes, 13-year-old. See, it means how many of them were there in the family members? Yes, the visitor, his wife, and his 3 children. All total, 5 of them from the same family. So my wife Catherine quickly sat them down and told them what was about to happen and said it was their choice to stay or go. Now they had to make a decision whether they had to stay there to see the sky burials or they had to go away, because it was a dangerous type of thing to see, you know, cutting off the dead body and giving the pieces to the vultures. Oh my God, you know, it's very scary. So you read it, please. We gave it to them straight, but told them the cultural and religious context. To their credit, they said, I was nervous the first time I had seen a dead body when I was 12, and it had a profound effect on me. So the writer was sharing his experience. He first time saw the dead body. Can you tell me, when did he see the dead body first time in his life? Well done, when he was only 12 years old. And when he was 12 years old, when he saw the dead body at that time, that had a big effect in his life. And if his children looked that type of scene, you know, there would be again profound effect upon their children. Okay, continue reading. Before we knew it, the bag was taken off and the corpse was revealed. See, and there was a bag, and then the bag was opened, and from the bag, what did they see? Can you tell me? Yes, dead body. And for the dead body, which word is suitable from this line? Can you tell me? Before we knew it, the bag was taken off and the corpse was revealed. Which word is used for dead body? All right, this is corpse. C-O-R-P-S-E, corpse. Means we say lash in Nepali, you know. Lash, you know. So revealed, the dead body was shown. It looked like a middle-aged woman, and the dead body looked like, can you tell me? Yes, middle-aged woman. Okay, now again read it, please. The Rogyapa body breaker. So according to their local language, Tibetan language, Rogyapa, okay, and it means body breaker, or a person who chops or cuts the dead body. Stormed up the side of mountain. He was dressed in a thick, see, appearance of the Rogyapa. He was dressed in a thick, dark, scarlet colored coat with a black hood, you know. This is the dress up of the body breaker. With a butcher knife, and there was a knife in his hand, and that knife would be used to cut the dead body. He wasted no time in carving up the body. Then he started, you know, chopping. He started cutting the body into various pieces. Then my stomach sunk. It was gruesome. Then the visitor felt, you know, then his stomach sunk, you know. He felt a kind of oddness, you know, their awkwardness, difficult, you know. It was gruesome, and I just stopped myself from throwing up. My kids, though, seemed to take it in their strides, you know. It was really difficult to see the scene of cutting up the dead body into various pieces. So can you imagine it? Difficult to imagine, you know. So dear students, now again we have some highlighted words here. Profound, P-R-O-F-O-U-N-D, profound. S-T-O-R-M-E-D, stormed up. S-C-A-R-L-E-T, scarlet. H-O-O-D, hood. Gruesome, gruesome, and then stride, stride. I hope you might have already guessed the meanings of these words in this context. Have you done? Good job. Now you can see the meanings of these words and you can note it down in your exercise book. Profound, it means very great or intense, Stormed up, it means moved angrily or forcefully in a specified direction. Scarlet means of a brilliant red color, dark type of red color. Hood, a covering for the head and neck with an opening for the face, typically forming part of a coat or a cloak. So you might have used hoodie, a kind of jacket type of thing, and it has a, a kind of part which you can put in your head, okay? Then gruesome means causing repulsion or horror, scaring, fearful, looking at that situation, grisly. Then stride means walk with long. If you walk with a long step, that is stride. So are the meanings clear of these words to you? Very good. If so, again see, the vulture is here, see, waiting for the dead body to eat. Now read with me again. The vultures were growing impatient when the vultures saw the man, the body breaker, was chopping the dead body, they were impatient. They wanted to eat up, and started to jump at sight of the flesh. Flesh means muscle, meat of our body in simple language you can understand as. The body breaker gave the signal and the Tibetans holding the birds back led them through. Then after chopping that one, then the person signaled the vultures, and when the vultures got the signals, then they started coming down, just to have the pieces of the dead body. They swarmed in a frenzy, jumping on top of each other, tearing at the flesh. It was unbelievable. I have already asked you, can you imagine it? Chopping up the dead body into pieces and fed it to the vultures. Dear students, it was unbelievable for the visitor, for the writer, okay? So next paragraph, please read with me. It only took at most 15 minutes. Oh my God, that dead body was finished by the vultures within 15 minutes. So they were very fast to eat, And the entire corpse was gone. Then the dead body was finished by the vultures. Every last piece of flesh had been eaten, leaving only the bones behind, and only the bones left there, okay? Then the body breaker gathered up the human bones and began to pulverize them with a mallet. So then he started beating with the hammer type of thing, tool, okay, and changed it into powder, dust particles, Then he mixed that dust particles of the bones with yak butter and barley flour. In one last gesture, he walked into the middle of the vultures and threw it high in the air. And with that, he was gone. Even the bones also changed into the dust particles, and that was mixed with the yak butter and barley flour, and finally that was thrown in the air. Okay, and then the body breaker also went away from that site. So again we have some unfamiliar words here. They are impatient. I-M-P-A-T-I-E-N-T, impatient. S-W-A-R-M-E-D, swarmed. F-R-E-N-Z-Y, frenzy. P-U-L-V-E-R-I-Z-D, pulverize. M-A-L-L-E-T, mallet. Okay, now I am going to give you the meanings of these words. Impatient means having or showing a tendency to be quickly irritated or provoked, or you can say angry. Swarmed means moved somewhere in a large numbers, okay, so many vultures went there together. Frenzy means a state or period of uncontrolled excitement or wild behavior. The vultures were, frenzy, excited to eat the pieces of the dead body. Then pulverize means reduce the fine particles, crush means the bones were also changed into the dust particles, okay. Then mallet, a hammer with a large, usually wooden head. So it has wooden part, and that is used to beat something to change into, let's say, small pieces, okay. Dear students, now we have the last paragraphs here, last 3 paragraphs, okay. There was absolutely nothing left of the body. The body was completely cleared there by the vultures. Okay, it is considered a bad omen if vultures don't eat the body, or even if small bits are left. See, according to their culture, they believe that even a small part of the body, a small face or a small bone should not be left there. If that is left, then they think that it is a bad signal for them. So they believe that the vultures should eat all. Okay. Next, Tibetans see the vultures as dakinis. See, in our culture also people say dakini, sakini, you know, like angels who take soul into the heavens to wait reincarnation and the next life. So we believe that our body is dead, okay, but our soul never dies, you know. So it changes into another life. And they also believe that the soul goes to the heavens and it will get again another birth. So reincarnation means another birth, rebirth, you know. They consider the body as a mere vessel for the soul. So our body is just the vessel, a kind of pot for our soul, to keep our soul. Okay, that is what we also believe. And at the end of it all, a peace and calmness seemed to descend over the scene. Everyone seemed happy that the ritual had been fulfilled. My kids too, the visitor says, my kids too surprisingly were fine. They seemed to be able to understand it, an ancient culture giving a meaning to lives. I was a proud dad on that day, proud of their maturity and intelligence. See? They were very small, you know, and they could see that type of ritual. And the dad, the visitor, thought that he was very, you know, their children were very matured and intelligent. So he was proud of them, you know. But as for my 6-year-old son, he was none the wiser. He had been deeply engrossed by his iPad, playing Minecraft the whole time. And the 6-year-old son, he did not have any interest to see that one because he had iPad. And then he played a game there. And what's the name of the game he played there on his iPad? Well done, Minecraft. So are you also used to with this game? But you have to properly utilize your time. Every time you should not play. Okay. So this is the experience of, let's say, Matthew Carney. Okay. This experience shared by Matthew Carney. Dear students, some words are here: omen, reincarnation, mayor, calmness, maturity, intelligence, engrossed. So you can find the meanings of these words here. Omen means an event regarded as a portent of good or evil, or you can say sign, signal. Then reincarnation means the rebirth of a soul in another body. Mere means used to emphasize how small or insignificant someone or something is, or you can say bare. So calmness means the state or quality of being free from agitation or strong emotion. Next, maturity means the state, fact, or period of being mature, full growth, you can understand. Now, intelligence means the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills, you know. And the last word we have is engrossed, and it means absorbed all the attention or interest of. So the youngest son paid his attention to the iPad to play Minecraft game. Dear students, I hope you might have understood the full text about the sky burials. Now we are going to do some comprehension exercises, and the first one is choose the words from the box that match with the given meanings from A to H. Now we have meanings here and the words are given in the box. You have to choose the correct word, and I hope you can do this task very easily because you have already got the meanings of these words. So let's do quickly. A, very great. Can you tell me its correct word? Okay, you can check. Yes, you are right. Profound means very great. So for number B, a state of great activity and strong emotion. So what's the word you have written? You can tell me now. Well done. It means frenzy. Okay. Now another meaning we have in C, very unpleasant and filling with horror, scaring, you know. So what's the word we have already discussed? All right, it is again gruesome. Okay. Now another meaning we have in D, not allowed. I think it's very easy for you. So what's the word for this meaning? All right, forbidden. Now another meaning we have in E again, a sign of what is going to happen in the future, signal, sign, you know. So can you tell me? Yes, you are correct. That is omen. Okay. Next one, very strong attraction. That attracts us very strongly, you know. So what's the word for this meaning? Very good job. This is fascination. Okay. Now another, involved in something with whole attention. The youngest son, you know, paid his attention. So what's the word for here? All right, that is engrossed. Now the last we have is to make something into a fine powder. Even the bones also changed into the dust particles. So what's the word for this meaning? Okay, my dear students, bravo, you have done a great job. Pulverize, you know. Now after this we have another task, that is true or false. So you have to tell me true or false, and later in your free time you can write it down in your notebook at your home. Okay. Number A, foreign visitors are welcome to see sky burial rituals. So what's the correct answer? Of course the writer went there, but these days it is mostly forbidden to witness. Okay, so you can write down false. Now B, the visitors are not allowed to take photos of the ritual. The Tibetans said, yes, you can stay here, okay, but no photos. It means true or false? All right, true. Number C, the vultures took more than 15 minutes to finish the entire corpse. So what do you think? Is it true or false? 15 minutes, more than 15 minutes, or within 15 minutes? All right, it is false. The vultures did not take more than 15 minutes, okay, within 15 minutes. So false. Number D, the Tibetans perceive the body as a vessel for the soul. So our body is just a kind of pot for the soul. Yes, it is true. Number A, the youngest son of the writer was busy with his toys. Of course, you can think that he was busy. He did not see the scene. But was he playing with the toys? No, he was playing with the gadget, that was iPad. So in this sense, you can write down false. Okay. Now number F, the author visited the burial sites with his wife and 3 children. True or false? Yes, all total from the family they were 5. It's true. Now the last task we are going to do, I want to give you some examples. Rest of the questions answer you have to do at your home. Answer the following question. Why did the author visit a traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery? So you can find answer in these 2 paragraphs. From these 2 paragraphs you have to reorganize the ideas and you have to write down answer. So you can reorganize the ideas from here. See, I had heard of Tibetan sky burials, and then again another idea you can find. Let's just look at the site where it happens, means about sky burials. So you have to reorganize your ideas and write down answer. And your answer can be to see the sky burials. Dear students, when you write down the answer for the comprehension questions, you should not write down complete sentence. Okay? You can write down only the major words to answer. For example, you can say, why did the author visit a traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery? You can say to see the sky burials. And if you want to write down a complete sentence, you can write down like this. The author visited a traditional Tibetan Buddhist monastery to see the sky burials. So I have already told you, in our comprehension questions, you can say only the main words for your answer. So like this number B, what did the author see on the hill? Now you can find its answer in this paragraph. Then I turned and saw about 100 vultures sitting on the hill. So you can get the idea from here. So it looks like literal comprehension type of answer. You can just pick out the information. Okay, you don't need to reorganize, you don't need to put your one idea, you can just pick out the idea, information. This is literal comprehension. Okay, so simply you can write down 100 vultures sitting. You can write down only this much, and if you want to write down in your complete sentence, your answer can be, the author saw 100 vultures sitting on the hill. Have you got the ideas to write down the answers of the comprehension questions? Very good. If so, dear students, now one more I want to show you. Why did the author give the iPad to his youngest son? And again, you can find the ideas in this paragraph. For example, we gave our 6-year-old son the iPad to play computer games. And again, see, he was too young to see this. So again, you have to reorganize your ideas to write the answer of this question. And your answer can be, now you can tell me, what can be your answer? Tell me only the main words, not a complete sentence. What is it? Tell me again loudly. All right, your answer should be too young to see the sky burials. Or in complete sentence, your answer can be, the author gave the iPad to his youngest son because his son was too young to see the sky burials. So you have to reorganize your ideas from these lines. Is it clear to you? Very good. If so, now I have some more questions for you which you have to do at your home. Question number D, describe the appearance of Rogyapa, the body breaker. You have to describe the appearance of that body breaker man, okay? What did the body breaker do after collecting the bones? See, pulverize, meaning changing into dust particles mixed with yak butter and barley flour, and then, So number F, what is considered to be a bad sign? If the piece of flesh or bone left there, then it could be a bad omen, okay? You can get this idea again. Why did the author feel proud, So you can find it in your text. So you have to do these all at your home in your free time. Is it okay? Good. Now one more home assignment for you, that is research customs from other communities or countries and talk about an interesting one with your friends. Now you have to find out any one custom from other communities or from other countries, and then which one is you feel very interesting, please share it with your friend. Is it clear, dear students? Good job. If so, I hope you might have enjoyed and learned better to do comprehension exercises. It's all for today. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.